Hi, I'm Dr. Justin Coulson, parenting author, researcher and speaker. In this video, how to teach girls about how to have respectful relationships. In the last decade, there's been an acknowledgement by government, by researchers and other groups that girls are struggling. Our society seems to be particularly unkind to females. Research reports, like one commissioned by the American Psychological Association, investigated the sexualisation of girls in the media. The Australian Psychological Society has highlighted the prevalence of objectification and sexualisation of girls. And several reports are indicating that we need to do more to protect our daughters. TV and other media messages focus on female sexualised imagery and their bodies, rather than their brains or their personality or who they are. So consequently, everywhere a young girl goes, she sees messages that make her feel that she's not good enough unless she looks a certain way. Girls are now expected to be all things. They're supposed to be attractive and thin and good and successful and happy and kind and loving and self-sufficient, perfect, in other words. And it's taken its toll. Our daughters are showing their distress with rising rates of mental health problems, binge drinking, eating disorders, bullying. Our TV shows promote the sexiness of females because women's bodies sell. Studies tell us that pornography consumption is at an all-time high, and girls are consistently the ones who are being degraded and used. And we know that teens are the highest consumers of pornography, and their beliefs and their behaviours are being shaped by what they see in that porn. Now you add to this a culture where females are taught that they should try to please others. Research tells us that girls are saying yes to disrespectful treatment so that they can make other people happy, even when it hurts them. So whether they're simply submissive and stepping back, or whether it means that they're agreeing to send sexy selfies or participate in sex acts that are gonna hurt them so that they can please their boyfriend, girls are craving love and acceptance, and all too often, they seek it in ways that lead to pain and humiliation and even harm. So in short, we tell girls all sorts of things, but the message that seems to get through more than any other is that how they look is what matters most. How sexy they are is what matters most. So how can we raise resilient, healthy girls who can overcome these unhealthy messages? Well, it comes down to a few things done consistently, daily, all the time by parents and caregivers to help girls to learn resilience, respect, responsibility, and to be happy. First, we've got to be available to them, deeply, honestly, completely available. Let them know that if they ever want to talk, that we are there. Suggest that the best chats are had while walking, and that if they ever want to go for a walk, that you'll be right there. But even in the small things that don't require walks, just stop, turn away from the screen or work or whatever you're doing, and look at your daughter, listen, invest in the relationship, be available, make her feel important. Second, understand, really get her feelings. So when she's emotional, don't shut her down, don't turn away from her. Connect, get close, be there for her, make sure she knows she is important. You can coach her through her emotions, name the emotion she's feeling so you can tame that emotion. You might say you're feeling upset, you might say you're feeling overwhelmed, you're worried, you're nervous, you're anxious. When children hear their parents talk about their emotions, they calm down faster and they feel safer and they feel understood. Doing just these two things will help a girl feel respected and learn respect because you're modeling it. You've taught her by your actions and it'll build her resilience. But we also need to be respectful to others, including ex-husbands or mothers-in-law and those crazy drivers on the street, so that we can model respect in other relationships as well. We need to set limits with her. These might be limits about what media she consumes, how late she stays up at night, staying away from alcohol and other drugs, how to have healthy relationships with her romantic interests, and how to set limits with them. We need to talk to her about what she's been exposed to in the media and online and at school with friends and unpack all of those stereotypes about girls and boys. Question if what's happening is okay and safe and respectful or appropriate. In other words, we set limits and boundaries together by talking about things together. Now, I've got 6 daughters, so this whole topic matters to me a lot. Give girls chances to find their strengths and build on them. Help them to know that they're valuable as people, regardless of what society says about looks and sexiness. Help them to have healthy relationships with other men and women. And if you can, keep dad healthily and happily involved in their lives, because research tells us he is a bigger influencer in their well-being and in their life choices than we had ever imagined. But most of all, love them and make sure they know it every day.